All right, Adam Trigger here. It is Tuesday, and that means it's $5 Tuesday at Wager Talk, which means myself and all the handicappers on the site have best bets up for $5. I've hit 6 straight baseball plays, and I will go for 7 in a row as part of $5 Tuesday with my 4% MLB best bet. Today, we're going to talk about a guy that we've already talked about on this segment, but I told you I'd bring him back up at some point, and that point is today. So the very first under the radar segment we did this season, we talked about Mike Burroughs, a guy that got traded from the Pirates organization to the Astros, and someone that was going to get a shot to be a rotation guy based on some of the Astros injuries and then just, kind of lack of starting pitching that they have at this moment. And, so far, you go back to the very first game of the season. It was actually the second day of the season. Burroughs makes his first start for the Astros. He goes out, he cashes his strikeouts over, getting 6. The total in that one was 5.5. Pitched pretty good, went 5 2/3 in a no decision. I believe it was against the Angels. Last time out, goes 5 innings, gets 6 strikeouts again, and gets the win, his first win as a member of the Astros, beating the Red Sox. So come to today, you got Mike Burroughs. Of course, the Astros have not played well the last few days. The Astros are now in altitude, which is always a little bit of a concern. But I'm looking at the strikeout market again, and I see Mike Burroughs, another over 5.5, and you're actually getting plus money this time. So 6 strikeouts against the Angels. I don't think he pitched his best. I think he gave up 9 hits, yet was still in the game long enough to strike out 6 guys. Last time out, lasted 5 innings. Again, I don't think he pitched his absolute best, was still good enough to strike out 6 guys. What I ask myself here is, why would he not get 6 strikeouts against a Colorado Rockies team that strikes out against right-handed pitching more than anyone in the league, as much as anyone in the league? They're striking out. So the Rockies right now are striking out close to 30% of their at-bats against right-handed pitching. And even in last night's win, 9-7, where the offense woke up and they still scored a bunch of runs, even in last night's win, the Rockies still struck out 9 times against right-handed pitching, 4 against Bolton, and then 3 against Ryan Weiss, who came in after that. So the Rockies still striking out a ton against right-handed pitching. And here they go up against Mike Burroughs, who was a guy that I said coming into the season has good strikeout stuff, showed that at the minor league level with the Pirates. And again, remember, this was a scenario where for the Pirates where they had an abundance of starting pitching and needed some offense. So it was a 3-team deal where Burroughs was sent to the Rays. The Pirates get back Brandon Lau and Mason Montgomery. The Rays turn around, send Burroughs to the Astros for Jacob Melton, and then there was some cash and some prospects, so on and so forth. So I thought Burroughs would have gotten a chance to be in the Pirates rotation, but the reality is they're just too loaded at the position. The Pirates just had too much pitching that last year. I feel like they kind of left him up at the big league level on a bad Pirates team, sort of let him take his lumps, and then kind of used that as justification to move on from him, when in reality, all it really meant was, hey, we've got a wealth of starting pitching here in the organization if you're the Pirates, and we need to move one of them to get some offense. The Astros are as good as any organization at taking starting pitching and maximizing it. So I think you're just going to continue to see Mike Burroughs get better. His first 2 starts weren't that bad, and he had 6 strikeouts against the Angels and the Red Sox. Yes, he's at altitude here at Coors Field, but he's also up against the lineup, a Rockies lineup that strikes out a ton against right-handed pitching. And, and you're only asked to get the same number of strikeouts that he's gotten in both of his starts this season. Granted, the strikeout totals are a little bit higher than they were, in the last one, but still, you're only asking him to strike out 6 guys, totals 5.5, and the books are still giving you plus money on this at most places, plus 115 on the over 1.5 strikeouts. You can actually get an over 4.5 strikeouts at some juice. I think it's like minus 140. This is one, knowing how much the Rockies strike out against right-handed pitching, I almost think you could ladder this 5.5, 6.5, 7.5, because if he does have a good start, and even if he does give up a home run or two, or gets bit by the altitude a little bit, if he's getting the strikeouts, I think they're going to come in bunches, and you probably have a good chance for him to have his season high here. Again, 2 starts with the Astros, 6 strikeouts in each. I don't see why he doesn't get at least 6. So for the sake of this segment, the pick today will be Mike Burroughs over 5.5 strikeouts. I think he hits that 6, which he's hit in his first 2 starts of the season, again here today. Again, I've hit 6 straight baseball plays. 1-0 last night. I had the Rockies plus 1.5. They win outright. And I am 6-0 on the basis since Saturday. I've got a 4% best bet in Major League Baseball on tonight on Tuesday. And because it's Tuesday, it's part of the $5 promo. So you can get that on my Wager Talk page for just $5. We will be back for total bases in the morning and another Under the Radar segment tomorrow. Check out the site, $5 Tuesday. Double play package is still up, and we will see you guys tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. for more total bases.